Y'all know I had to come at you with one right here. Dillio coming to you with a review of the latest update coming out for the MPC software, which is happening in June. It's not out yet right now, but it's already been made known because Sonic Steak did a video on it. Shout out to them. You know how to get a piece of this, right? I don't want the whole thing. I just wanted a piece. So let's jump right into it. So as it shows right now, MPC users are enjoying this because you're really getting the most bang for your buck. They keep updating it. They keep bringing stuff that people want to see. They keep bringing you things that you didn't know what you want. It's like, oh, that is real cool too. And I got the MPC once, and it's still the value that Akai's adding to it. It just keeps going up and up. Do I feel like this train will last forever? No, I'm quite sure when we get to 3, there's going to be some dollars flowing there. But until then, this is a great train ride as far as the updates, and the fact that this all can be taken with you in the box wherever you go makes this really fun. So let's talk about the updates that I saw in there that really excite me. First thing is that they updated the browser with favorites. So now you can navigate your browsers. You can select your favorites from each sound and plugin that you want and have it in one location. So when you want to locate that favorite go-to sound, you don't have to go browsing through all your presets or go to that channel and then make it a MIDI channel and then select that plugin. No, you can go ahead and use your favorites, select that, get that in there. One big thing that mattered to me a lot was the playlist mode. Now, as a live gigging musician, because I take this stuff with me live to the gigs, to the show, one of my problems was that when I wanted to load up one sequence that had like 8 tracks of audio in it, I could load that, but when I tried to do that for multiple songs, you can see how quickly you can fill up the 2 gigabytes of RAM that are built into these things. And sometimes the track wouldn't even play all the way through. But now with the playlist mode, the playlist actually lets you load separate projects. So if your whole song is on one project, you can have your second song with loops and all the effects you want on the second project and then select those to load up instantaneously from your playlist instead of going to the browse menu and then select your project, sit there and load, and then go through that whole process. Now you have your whole list of playlists, which is different from song creation mode because in song creation mode, you can select your hook, verse, chorus, vamp, all that stuff, chorus, and all that, but it's still in one song. But now they're basically taking projects and making it a song, but not quite because it's a playlist. So when you do your first song, your set, select that project with that nice Prince loop or that Michael Jackson loop, whatever Usher loop you want to use, and then go to the second project, load that up, boom, you got your whole second song right there on the box, which is great. It makes me feel like it's a more robust option than using Ableton on a laptop, even though I like using Ableton on a laptop when I perform live, but I was trying to do something like that with the MPC, but it was just a little clunky because I couldn't pull up projects very fast. Now, it seems like to me, every time you see somebody independent coming out with a plugin, it's like Akai just says, okay, we'll make that a built-in feature in the box. So they came out with this air flavor program. So it's like a texture tape sim, sort of give you that lo-fi noise that everybody likes to hear. Everybody likes to make everything sound noisy and things like that. But the problem is that there wasn't really a turnkey solution. Of course, you could use some filters and things like that to make it sound really cool, but one thing that I kind of envied the SP404 users had, they had really good vinyl sim, tape sim plugins and stuff like that. They were known for those lo-fi beats, but now Akai has a little bit of their lo-fi flavor of their own with the amp flavor plugin, which all can happen in real time with multiple instances. That's one thing I like about the hardware. It's great that we have software. We just want to take this thing and just go somewhere with it. You got all that real-time loveliness happening right there in the box. I'm really excited to learn about what that plugin can do. Another one that I like that I feel like was borrowed from more of the modular guys and from the hardware guys is the ratchet on step. So what does that mean? So what you could do in your beats, if you have a step or a note in your sequence, whether it be a musical note or a triggering note for your drums, now you can highlight that note and then apply ratcheting to it, and you can change the different ratcheting. So ratcheting basically means how many times that note's going to repeat in the instance of that note being pressed. So if you had like one quarter note going, you can tell that thing to ratchet 3 times inside of the time frame of that quarter note. Or you had a whole note and you wanted to ratchet 16 times. Well, then you got 16 notes inside of that one whole note, and you can tell it how fast or how slow. So if you want to get to some more intricate trap hip hop kind of things where you want to do those fast trap hats without dealing with loops, you can do that in your notes and select how many times that note is going to re-trigger inside of that step. So now you can do different variables, and I think it's only a matter of time where you can apply pitch data to that, which would be pretty cool. Another thing that I see from the modular guys that is being brought into the MPC universe is probability. Probability means the likelihood of the note being triggered by the sequencer of the software that's inside the box or inside the software you run it on the computer. So if I got a kick drum going 4 on the floor every time, and we obviously know that the probability of that kick drum being triggered is 100% because there's no change in that probability. But imagine if you had that last fourth quarter note set to a probability of, say, 45%. So as you're grooving, sometimes it's going to say, no, we ain't going to trigger that kick note on that last turnaround, which is really fun. You can also add that to musical notes as well. So maybe you got a chord, maybe you just want to hear that chord skip a little bit on its own and let the MPC kind of play with your track for you a little bit. So you kind of got this surprise, this nice, pleasant surprise in your sequence. I think that's going to be pretty dope. And now they didn't put a tuner on this thing. So if you play guitar or you got modular equipment, you want to make sure you tune your notes to A440 or to the other tuning scale, because, you know, some people think that you should tune your music outside of the 440 because it's more healing. I'm not going to go into that video. That option is there as well, which I think is a great tool, which makes this more of a utility beyond it being a music production center. Another cool feature that I saw on there was the rearranging your menus. So, you know, you kind of have it memorized how your menu is laid out, but now you can take those icons and click and drag them where you want them to go for your convenience. Also, you know, you can access those menus by hitting the shift and the pad to select that menu on the screen, but now you can move those around, kind of like how Windows is. You can move your icons around. They're putting that in the box as well. One final thing that I thought was really cool was that you can actually select the pad that has a musical note on it, and now in each pad, you can do 16 levels. Like, I like using 16 levels when I want to really dial in the exact velocity that I want the notes to play when I'm recording my sequences. But now it goes even further because, you know, in 16 levels, you can select your velocity, you can select the pitch, you can select the filter. There's all kinds of different parameters, and they just keep adding more parameters. And one thing they're doing now is they're adding the pad performance scale to that 16 levels. So now you can select your scale and play different notes on that one pad. So if you got like a pad group of 16 sounds, and then one of those sounds is a bass line or a bass note, instead of saying, you could do this either way, you could set that bass note to play on different notes in that same single program instead of going to track 2 and then creating a key group and making a sample and moving your bass notes up and down like that. Really a cool new way that I can try to create sequences and sounds all in one group. It's definitely going to be interesting to work with. Well, that's what's coming down the pipeline. I'm really excited about it. I think you should be too. Really feeling like I'm getting bang for the dollar with this. And that's one thing, you know, you chill out for a while and you're grooving, but then you find out, you start hearing things about that new MPC update. It's like a thing, you know, when you get the words and rumors of the update and you see what's going on, and it's actually really cool features. Every update has been really cool features that really keeps this platform fresh and entertaining for the music producer and inspires them to go to work to create that content to serve artists, music libraries, all that stuff. It really keeps the platform fresh, and definitely this is going to keep it fresh for the summer. So if you like this type of content, you know who I am. I'm Dillio. You're watching the Dillio TGK YouTube channel. Make sure you comment and let me know what you're expecting to see out of this update. Do you like it? Do you think they could have added some more in it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Stay tuned for more because you know I'll be bringing that MPC content. Peace out.